Hi, Cliff Brake from Beck Systems. I would like to show you some changes we've made to our Elm tooling to improve user interface development. So to the left we have a browser window that displays the Simple IoT user interface. And to the right we have an editor that has the Elm code that generates this rule node. So what we're going to do is add a new field to this rule node. And let's go ahead and do that. Watch closely in the browser window when I save this code in the editor. Notice that this field just showed up right away with no browser refreshes, no page reloads, and the state of my application was preserved. If I would have had to do a browser refresh to see this, then I would have to open up all this stuff again to get to what I'm editing. But with the way it's set up now, I don't have to do any of that. I can just type, save, and then things just show up. The way we're doing this is with a new tool called Elm Watch. And Elm Watch watches our Elm code, it compiles it, and it injects a little bit of JavaScript that then connects to the Elm Watch process. And then Elm Watch can inject this new code into our running application anytime something changes. Another nice feature of Elm Watch is it shows us error messages. So if we type something wrong, it will show us what happened, and as soon as we fix it, it goes back to displaying the page. There's also a little box in the lower left hand corner, and we can switch Elm modes at any time. And the debugger, the Elm debugger, we can enable that in real time. And this allows us to watch the messages that are actually flowing through our application. So if we sign out and sign back in, we can look at our internal app state at any point in time. Here's what the message that got fired when a user logged in, and you can also see what the page actually looked like. It's basically, you can go back and travel back in time and look at the state of your application. So this is a feature of core Elm. It's always been there, but just it's nice we can enable that and look at it at any time. So what I've been working on recently is updating the front end to use Elm SPA version 6, which is a whole bunch of changes, and being able to make these changes and see what's happening in real time was really a time saver. So it's really nice. Elm Watch is interesting in that it doesn't run a development server. Development HTTP server. So a lot of front-end tooling will run a dev server, which will run its own HTTP server that you can connect to. However, when you have a back end, as you typically need in production, then this development HTTP server, you now have two servers, and you have to proxy your front end through the back end, your dev server through the back end, or proxy your back end through the dev server, and it's just really clunky to work with. But Elm Watch bypasses all this because all it does is it connects to a WebSocket port on Elm Watch. So if we look at this, let's open the network view. So if we reload this page, let's make it a little bigger here so we can see what's going on. So notice most of these requests are going to port 8080, which is the Simple IoT Go backend. But here we have a connection to another process at this 46169. This is actually a WebSocket connection to the Elm Watch process. So all Elm Watch needs is this WebSocket connection. And we still use the normal Go backend to serve up the files. There's no dev server. There's no development HTTP server. All we do is serve up the Elm file, and then it creates this WebSocket connection and takes it from there. So this is super handy and really flexible in that you don't need to mess around with proxying your dev server. The other thing we're doing is using a tool called run-pty, and this is another tool by the same developer as Elm Watch, and we're using it to basically start up our Go backend and Elm Watch at the same time. So run-pty allows you to run several processes concurrently and then view the output from either one. So if we select one, we'll see the output from the Elm Watch process. Notice it's showing the same WebSocket port. If there's an error in our code, this process will show those errors. Control Z goes back to the dashboard, and here's the output from our Go backend. We can kill this process if we want. Now it's dead, and then we can just press enter, and then it restarts. So this is really nice tooling. The user interface is quite excellent, and here's where we actually implement that. We run run-pty, and then our two processes we want to run are separated by percent signs. So you can add in here as many as you want. Anyway, these are some of the updates with our tooling for Simple IoT. And again, we're really pleased with Elm Watch. It really integrates nicely with how we're doing things. And we're looking forward to having this real-time feedback as we further develop our Elm code. Thank you.